You can tell I did my research for this one, right?
Yeah, you did a good job.
So
you're trying to steal my job.
No, not at all. Now, you actually got into sparkling wine, spumante, in 1956. What was the idea behind that?
The idea was it was a crazy idea. It's because never forget that we born in Valpolicella, so a land famous for red wine, no bubbles. So my grandfather, the name was Bruno, and after the Second World War, he decided, because he was in love with the French culture, of course,
with the history,
the blood flow, French blood, and he was in love with the bubbles. And he started to try to make some champenoise method, but was really difficult for the time.
Yeah.
So he started to make the Charmat method, that in Italian we call Martinotti method.
Yes.
And he started, of course, with the product most representative for the area. So was the Recioto. And he started to produce the Recioto spumante. And so demi-sweet wine with bubbles, and we still doing bubbles in our winery. We're still doing we do vinification of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, because the Pinot Noir we produce a nice product that we call Rosé Royal. Is made with the Pinot Noir, 100% Pinot Noir, with a nice rosé color. And we did because one of the dream of my grandfather was produce a red wine in Burgundy style.
Right.
So really elegant, complex, but of course the terroir can permit to do that. So me and my cousin, 12 years ago, we was in our facility. We was looking at replacement of vineyard of Cabernet Sauvignon, and behind us was the field of Pinot Noir that we were usually in the last 30 years that my family sold the grapes to other producer.
Right.
He said, wow, why we don't use this Pinot Noir? My cousin said, yeah, our grandfather tried for 35 years to produce a good Pinot Noir in the French style. He never did. I said, okay, well, if we can use it for bubbles. So we back in the winery, we spoke with the winemaker, and we said, we have a great idea. We want to do with our Pinot Noir bubbles, a Charmat method. And the winemaker look at us and said, you are crazy, because you know that making the rosé with the Pinot Noir is not easy. Because if you leave it too much, the contact with the skin, you grab the green, the acid part of the skin. If you leave not in the right time, after the sparkling fermentation, the wine go white. Yeah. You lose the color. So was a big challenge, and at the end I had rights. No, I'm joking. Was a good team job. So for us in our DNA, still really important the bubbles.
So you were speaking to me today from Verona, but the winery wasn't always in Verona, was it?
No, it was in the middle of Valpolicella. When the winery was built, was nothing. Was the train from Verona to Garda Lake, and was a field way in the front. It was in the middle of nowhere. And then Verona is growing. And in 2008, the city hall moved the plate Verona downtown 10 meters after the winery. So now Montresor is in the downtown. We are really 3 kilometers by air from the arena.
Yes.
The Coliseum that we have here in the center of the city. So it's a little bit crazy, because you think that is historical, one of the most ancient cellar of Valpolicella is not in Valpolicella, but is downtown, is a little bit crazy.
And that would have changed your taxation somewhat, wouldn't it?
Yes, I think that was a trick from the city hall to change the taxation for the gates. So I'm still thinking about that.
Edoardo, thank you very much for such a fascinating insight into the history of your family and everything you've been up to. And we look forward to welcoming you to Ontario once this pandemic is over. Seeing you for a few glasses of wine, or perhaps I'll come back over to Verona.
Do it, because there is some news, because we start a couple of years ago a big renovation of the winery.
Okay.
We renew the deep cellar that now is like Disney World for the wine lovers. Is something unique. And then I have a news to show you that we just last year we put in our portfolio one of the best area of Valpolicella Classica. The name is Tenuta Pule. Is 45 hectares of Valpolicella Classica. It's a paradise. There is a horse house, so you can go with the horses around the field. Is something unique. So you have to visit me.
I shall do that. I will put that
mandatory. If not, I came in Ontario, bring you, and we do the scary tour in the deep cellar.
Either would be good. Either would be good. Edoardo, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food.
Thank you, Jamie, for your time. It was a really pleasure, and bye to all.